Hi, I'm Kellie Murphy-Ringate, Fire Marshal and Public Educator for the Excelsior Fire District, and welcome to First Responder TV, your public safety source, featuring training exercises, safety tips, and much more. Here's what's coming up on First Responder TV. We'll talk with Daniel Felt about proper home maintenance and how it can help prevent fires. Orono Police Officer Kyle Kirshner and his community service dog Xerxes go above and beyond on making a difference. We'll spotlight the top 5 fireworks safety tips. Scam Alert will give you an update on scams that have been targeting citizens in the lake area. Joining us now is Daniel from Kura Home Maintenance. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Kelly.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, I grew up on a farm out in Litchfield, Minnesota, and there I helped my parents build a home, learned a lot about routine maintenance and everything that needs to be done. From there, I moved to the cities and started Kura Home after I became a certified home inspector.
What inspired you, or what made you think of starting up this type of business?
Yeah, I was working in the home service industry, and being in homes, I found that there were a lot of items that were being neglected and causing inefficiencies or safety hazards and fire hazards. And after doing some research, I found that there wasn't a company that would come into your home and do everything that you're supposed to be doing if you were the perfect homeowner on a maintenance level.
The reason I asked Daniel to come out today is because the Excelsior Fire District has probably had half a dozen significant home fires since January 1st, and our surrounding communities or fire departments around us have probably had more than 24 of those significant home fires. And those causes of those fires have ranged anywhere from unattended cooking to lack of home maintenance to appliance issues. So interviewing Daniel is my way of helping people prevent fires in their home through home maintenance. Daniel, can you tell our viewers the top 3 items that you find in homes that need attention?
So one of the major ones, which you've pointed to, is dryers. We highly recommend cleaning your dryer vent on an annual basis. And when we visit a client's home, one of the most neglected items is for sure the dryer. Not only the outside dryer vent, but also the inside of the dryer. Another item, as long as we're outside the home, is that AC unit. We find a lot of times it's not able to run efficiently because it hasn't been cleaned the way it should be in recent. So we recommend doing that on an annual basis as well. Inside the home, in your kitchen, is the range hood. Degreasing that is really important. It's a fire prevention item, and when you look up underneath your range hood when you're cooking, if you have a lot of grease sitting there, we have found actually it's even pooled up in some of the filters that we find. So if you look in your utility room, one more thing would be the air exchanger is a large one. And a lot of times that may not be a fire hazard, but it is for the health of your home to prevent radon from coming into your home would be the air exchanger.
So what's some of the items or one of the items that you find when you're doing a home maintenance inspection that people would find surprising that needs maintenance?
So one item that we find for sure is the air exchanger. You find that in your utility room. It's usually hanging from the ceiling, and that has an intake and outtake and filters on the inside of it that should for sure be cleaned to prevent radon. But the dryer vent is always, we can't express it enough, how important it is to make sure that's cleaned. Not only as a homeowner, what you can do after every load is to clean that lint trap, but also clean the inside of that dryer from the inside of the home, and then also going from the outside and getting that cleaned. For the average home, if you have 2, 3, 4 people living there, you should for sure be doing that annually. Some clients, if you have a family of 6 running around and you're doing laundry, it feels like almost every day. I would recommend almost doing that biannually, just to make sure, not only for the efficiency, but most importantly, to prevent that fire in your home.
So when you guys come out and you do the dryer vents, do you advise the homeowner, like you've got a family of 6, so you probably should have this done every 6 months, versus you're a single person living alone, you probably don't need to have it done this much?
Yep, most definitely. So we do offer where I come out and just show you every item that we recommend maintaining. It's 100% free. For the safety, the same goal that you guys have of keeping people safe in their homes, we share similar values. And so we'll show you everything that should be maintained and how frequently. If you are a client of ours, we visit once a quarter and take care of those items for you. So we'll either clean that annually or biannually, depending on the situation in your home. And especially, even pets can have an effect on how frequently that dryer vent can be cleaned, because myself personally, I own 2 golden retrievers. I need to clean my dryer vent more frequently because there is a lot of hair that builds up.
Do you do home, or I guess you would call it commercial building maintenance also?
Yep, we do service small commercial buildings. It's not as large of our business just because a lot of them don't have the same things as a home, but there are things that are very similar in commercial buildings as there are homes.
So we're still talking about clothes dryers.
Yep.
So which businesses probably have a higher risk of having a dryer fire?
Yep, most definitely. Like a laundromat is the most obvious for sure. There's other companies if you're doing laundry frequently. So if you're washing your employees' uniforms, just yesterday we cleaned 3 dryer vents for a window cleaning company. They were washing towels every single day. Each crew goes through about 10 towels there, so you can imagine the amount of lint that they go through. So any business that would be washing or has to keep things clean. So cleaning businesses, anyone who's using a dryer frequently, I would for sure, that when we cleaned that out yesterday, the dryers hadn't been cleaned for about 6 months, and they call us because they were actually not working anymore. So most definitely that routine, frequently cleaning is going to be beneficial for your utility bill and the fire risk.
So when you've gone in and done home maintenance, what's kind of the strangest thing that you've ever come across?
Yeah, so one of the craziest things, we had a dryer vent that came in about a foot above the ground, and when we were cleaning it, we weren't quite getting the airflow that we wanted from the dryer, and so we actually dismantled the entire dryer vent, and unfortunately a squirrel had lost his life. So sometimes we turn into a pest control company. That's one of the most abnormal things, is just a squirrel or pests that have come in. We find very interesting things that maybe a previous homeowner have left, from a dog chew toy that looks like it's been in a certain spot for 20, 30 years. Okay. On the outside of the home, air exchangers and the air conditioner, they're sucking air, trying to get things in. So sometimes weird, interesting things get built up in there as well. But a few dead animals and random objects.
Talking about pest control, do you guys partner with other companies to help homeowners take care of things like pest control?
Yes, most definitely. When we are, doing that initial walkthrough with a client and just showing them the items that we recommend maintaining, there's always questions. And so we try really hard to actually have a person fully staffed at our company that's out networking with companies and finding out people who have an ethical background. They're wanting to focus on taking care of homeowners. And so we have several companies that we can refer based on the issue that we find, because even with the pest control, one company might be really awesome with a rodent, and another one might be great if there's a bird intrusion or something like that. So finding out what companies do best and what areas they service is really important.
So I'm guessing probably like part of your referral partners or partners would be electricians.
Yep.
Appliance maintenance, things like that.
Most definitely. Plumbers is a really large one for us. We do test and inspect sump pumps for our clients, making sure that the water is not only getting out of the home, but also away from the foundation. That's very important with especially the spring that we've had this year. So we refer out different businesses all the time based on the issues that we find. So we're not like a handyman company. We're there doing all the routine maintenance, but if there's an issue that needs to be solved, like a plumber or electrician, we have them call a professional.
So here's a question about, this winter, a lot of snow, a lot of water. So because you have clients that you go to on a regular basis, you're able to deal with those issues because you're in their home, 2 to 3 times, depending on the contract?
Yeah, so typically we visit every quarter, so about 4 times a year, and we're looking for things. This year, a really good one is your downspout getting the water at least 4 feet away from your home. That's up to code, and that should be the minimum standard for homeowners. So we're wanting to get that water at least 4 feet away from your home, so it's not coming in, hitting electrical that could spark a fire or something like that. So we also, a lot of our clients, because we are coming every quarter, we get a really good relationship with them, and they get to know us. And just yesterday, I had a phone call from someone that her gutter had clogged, and a little bit of water was just coming into her basement, and called for what she recommended. So we had her call a gutter cleaning company, and I gave her the name of a water restoration company if she wanted to go down that route as well.
Because I'm thinking you probably look for icicles or water building up on the gas meter and freezing, things like that, ice dams. So you're helping people prevent more than just fires.
Most definitely. There's a lot of intakes and outtakes on a home that if you maybe don't have a background of being a certified home inspector or building a home, you might not be aware of. But there's things to get carbon monoxide out of your home. Allowing things to ventilate is very important. So your house, especially newer builds, are sealed very efficiently. So if we're not clearing these intakes and outtakes and allowing the carbon monoxide to get out or air to come into your home in areas where it's supposed to be coming in, you can have a lot of health concerns with the house that go even beyond a fire.
And smoke alarms and carbon monoxide alarms are something you also service.
Yep. So when we visit a client on your very first visit, we're going to change all the smoke alarm batteries for you. While we're doing that, we do check the smoke alarms as well. One surprise that a lot of our clients have is that there's actually a 10-year life on smoke alarms. So we're checking that expiration date. If you've lived in your home for more than 10 years, you for sure should, it's time to put in new smoke alarm batteries just to help them be efficient and make sure they're working properly. So that's a very alarming thing that a lot of people are not aware of, that there is an expiration date on a smoke alarm.
Is there anything else that you want to say to our viewers? Any tips you want to give them that we haven't already talked about?
I would say for families, if you do have a fire, have a plan. As the Excelsior Fire Department recommends, you want to meet in the front of your home so that when the fire department shows up, they know you're there and they can properly take care of the fire. And also, one thing that we like to see in homes is a fire extinguisher underneath each sink so that you know how to take care of that if you're properly trained in.
Okay, so as a matter of fact, on October 3rd is our Fire Prevention Open House and Safety Fair, where people can come and purchase fire extinguishers for a reduced price, get fire extinguishers that need servicing for $8 a fire extinguisher, and we also have free recycling. So you can also check your fire extinguisher right now and make sure it's current. Anything else that we might have missed?
That's it. I would just say if you have any questions about the proper way to maintain your home to prevent a fire or emergency, we do offer where I will personally come into your home and just show you the items that need to be maintained in your home. And we even show the clients how to do that as well. Just help people be more prepared and live in a more maintained home.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Kelly.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
We'd like to spotlight a member of the community that goes above and beyond in our segment, Making a Difference. This month, it's Orono's community service dog, Xerxes.
Have you ever had a bad day just petting a dog? No, see? Because dogs make everything better.
Xerxes works for us at the Orono Police Department. He's what we're calling our community service dog. He's a partnership, a private partnership we have with Can Do Canines. We met and it was kind of a match made in heaven between us and Can Do.
Xerxes was actually trained as a medical mobility assist dog, but Xerxes was just a little bit too spunky, so they wanted to find something else for him.
I do a large amount of community outreach with Xerxes. I believe that one positive police interaction, it fosters a second positive police interaction.
So a lot of times you only get to meet officers when you're having a really bad day. My goal every day when I bring Xerxes to work is I try to meet between 3 and 5 people that I wouldn't normally talk to.
He acts as a fantastic breaker of barriers. We walk around wearing our police uniforms and our duty belts and drive squad cars, and we can be kind of intimidating. And when you have a cute lab who just wants to say hi, he acts as an awesome buffer for that. He can tell if you're mad, he can tell if you're sad, he can tell if you're angry. One of the things that we've kind of trained Xerxes to do is just be a calm presence in a room.
Xerxes went from living in a prison to working for a police department. They use 6 different prisons throughout Minnesota, and they actually have the inmates in the prison help train the dogs. So the inmates get to do something really good and really positive that's actually going to be helping somebody down the road.
It's not every situation, but there's certain ones that I can apply Xerxes in when it's safe for officers as well as the persons that we're attempting to help. If speaking with us, with him present, helps calm a situation or gives us common ground, it's another tool on our belt. We carry these belts that are full of tools, and I consider him just another one.
So Xerxes doesn't find drugs. He doesn't sniff out bad guys. His only job is to make people feel better.
One of the things that we taught him to do was just do a simple visit, and it's just resting his head on your knee. Now, whether that be for an officer who was just at a traumatic call, or maybe an elderly person who's been in a facility and just wants some care and comfort and some visitors and some compassion, they'll stay just like this. And there's just something about having a dog kneeling on your lap.
We want to be very approachable to everybody. The more that we can talk, the more you get to know about us, the more we get to know about you, and the easier it is for us to help you.
I have to say one of the most surprising things is just how willing people actually are to come up and speak with you. He just acts as just an awesome tool for that. I can guarantee that I've had conversations with people and learned about suspicious activity or ongoings in a neighborhood that I know I wouldn't have if I wasn't walking around with a black lab.
When we come back, we'll give you an update on scams that have been targeting citizens in the lake area. But first, here are 5 fireworks safety tips to remember this summer.
Make sure fireworks are legal to light off in your area, and never buy or use illegal fireworks. When lighting a firework, never stand directly over it or hold it in your hand, and never go back to a lit firework if it fails to go off. Always point fireworks away from people, homes, trees, and other easily flammable materials, and never light more than one at a time. Always keep a water bucket or garden hose close by in case of a fire or other mishap. Never allow children to play with or ignite fireworks, and keep them out of reach when not being used. And remember, sparklers burn at temperatures of about 2,000 degrees, so children must be supervised by an adult at all times when using them.
LMCC Community Television has come a long way since its inception in 1984.
Oh, buongiorno, friends. We've got an exciting show for you today. Today's secret Yellow Pages letter is B. All right, let's get to it.
Yeesh, did anyone actually watch this program? But now, LMCC's high-definition evolution is complete. Introducing Community Channel 12 in HD. Watch high school sports, concerts, and LMCC's award-winning original programming in crystal clear HD. Your community TV, now in HD.
Bremer Bank, St. Anthony, Maine. Bremer Bank, Richfield.
Many online job scams try to take advantage of job seekers in a variety of ways. Scammers try their best to collect confidential information from you to use for identity theft, get you to cash fraudulent checks, or to wire money. Job scams are posted on Craigslist and other job boards, as well as on social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter. You may also receive unsolicited emails from scammers. It's important to be vigilant and check out every job you're interested in to make sure it's legitimate. Some online job scam warning signs include being offered a job without an application or interview with the employer. The company could also ask you to wire money or provide your credit card, social security, or driver's license numbers. Another red flag is if the company asks you to pay for a credit report as part of the application process. If you come across a suspicious company, you should visit their website. If they don't have one, or it doesn't have contact information, consider that a warning sign. You can also check out the company with the Better Business Bureau at www.bbb.org. A common home improvement scam begins with a contractor showing up uninvited. They happen to be doing some work in the neighborhood and notice that your house needs some repairs for what sounds like a great price. When that happens, be wary. Good contractors are usually too busy to roam around in search of work. You need to insist on seeing their references. Shady contractors will often ask for payment up front, while some will simply disappear with your money. Others will do shoddy work or claim to have discovered some hidden problem in your house that significantly raises the cost. Check the Better Business Bureau's website to see the contractor's ratings and whether any complaints have been filed against them. Get the bid in writing and compare bids from multiple contractors before agreeing to any work. You need to have a written contract before you pay any money or the work begins. A contract should include a detailed description of the work, material costs, start and completion dates, and warranty information. Don't pay cash or put down a big deposit. The initial payment should be no more than a third of the total estimate. To report home improvement fraud, contact the Minnesota Attorney General's office by calling 651-296-3353. Tech support scammers want you to believe you have a serious problem with your computer, like a virus. They want you to pay for tech support services you don't need, often by wiring money or sending a prepaid cash card. These scammers may call and pretend to be a computer technician from a well-known company. They ask you to give them remote access to your computer and then pretend to run a diagnostic test. They then try to make you pay to fix a problem that doesn't exist. They may also try to lure you with a pop-up window that appears on your computer screen. It might look like an official error message from your operating system or antivirus software. The message tells you to call a phone number to get help and allow remote access. However, security pop-up warnings from real tech companies will never ask you to call a phone number. Legitimate tech companies won't contact you by phone, email, or text message to tell you there's a problem with your computer. If you gave a scammer remote access to your computer, update your computer's security software and change your passwords right away. Then, report it to the Federal Trade Commission at www.ftc.gov.
Thanks for watching First Responder TV, your local public safety source. If you have an idea for a segment, an upcoming public safety or fire prevention event, please let us know. This is Kellie Murphy-Ringate giving you information you can share, use, and to live by. See you next time.